Good day, duelists! Exactly 1 year ago, I posted a deck profile on my favorite deck in Duel Masters, namely Horrid Worm Midrange. And since then, that has become one of my most watched videos, no doubt because of just how strong the deck presented is. And just like with any strong deck out there, it's always a treat to see it in action, so today, we are going to pitch Horrid Worm Midrange against one of the strongest deck in Duel Masters, itself. That's right, the duel I'm bringing you today is Horrid Worm Midrange Mirror Match, and with such strong decks on both sides, this is bound to be a duel to behold. Let's go ahead and watch it together. We start of course with both players shuffling their decks like any good duel starts, and mark my words, this is bound to be a great duel to watch because with such, strong decks on the line and the stakes being so high, there's no way we won't have a real show on our hands today. So let's see how this goes on. The player on the left will be going first, and let's see their first move. It's probably just going to be a mana charge as all Duel Masters games start. So let's see, it looks like there's a hard decision to make. It is indeed just a Horrid Worm in mana and passing the turn. This deck, while it's very strong, it doesn't have many early game drops. Another Horrid Worm into mana. So, because there's no real 1 or 2 drops in the deck sort of starts its game plan at turn 3. We should not be expecting to see any real meaningful plays until then. But there we go, it is now turn 3, so I expect that we will be seeing our very first play of the game. And it is indeed a Horrid Worm being played, the first creature to hit the battlefield. What a strong creature that is as well. 3 mana tapped on the right side as well, and responding with a Gusano Horripilante to answer the Horrid Worm on board. These two creatures are of course evenly matched, and we have our first Horrid Worm attack, which discards a Horrid Worm from the other player's hand. Of course, every time Horrid Worm attacks, the opponent gets to discard a card, which is a crazy strong effect when you think about it. And we can see it in action right here. A card has already been discarded, and the Gusano Horripilante will trade into the Horrid Worm. Both creatures will die because they both have 2000 power, but of course a card will be discarded from the left player's hand because of the attack. So really generating that card advantage, which is, here you can see the real strength of the deck. The card advantage combined with the tempo that you can generate with this deck is just unmatched. Another Horrid Worm hitting the board and discarding another card with one of the attacks. The right player already down to 3 shields, so you can really feel the pressure, but the card advantage is in favor of the right player. We can see that they have a whole lot of cards in hand, whereas the left player has their hand empty, but the shield advantage is there, so it's interesting to see how this will play out. And we have a Verme Horrible entering the battlefield, which is bound to upset the balance of this game. Right player down to 2 shields. I have a feeling that it's going to be neck in neck. Of course, now on the right hand side we see 6 mana being charged, which means a crazy tempo play is coming. 2 Horrid Worms dropped on the board at the same time, and it's starting to look like maybe the right player can mount a comeback, because now they have the tempo lead. With 6 mana, they can play 2 creatures, 2 3-drops every single turn, which means they can slowly climb their way back into this game. There we go, we see two Horrid Worms being played, and now I guess it's a decision, do I trade or do I go for shields? You have to trade here just to give yourself a chance to not die next turn. And he's gonna go in for shields as well, but if there's a shield trigger, it's going to be disastrous. No shield trigger, thankfully, for the player on the right, so there's still a chance there's going to be such a close game. 3 Horrid Worms on the board, 3 shields remaining on the left hand side, but a Horrid Worm being played on the left hand side, so the right player really needs a removal for the untapped Horrid Worm. The tapped Horrid Worm of course can get traded, but oh no, there's no removal, there's just 2 Horrid Worms coming in, and of course the 3 Horrid Worms are going to be able to break the last 3 shields, but that's not enough. There was no removal for the newly summoned Horrid Worms, so the player on the left will be swinging to take the game with such a close game, but in the end the left player takes it home. What a gem of a duel, really neck and neck, both players left with no shields, and it really came down to the very last attacker. One more turn and the result would have been different, but alas, this is how it is in Duel Masters. But I really hope that this duel has managed to once again illustrate the strength of the Horrid Worm mid-range deck. I strongly encourage you to try it for yourself if you haven't yet. I really hope you enjoyed this duel as much as I did, duelists. Have a great April 1st and I will see you next time. Take care.